And then I spot over yonder in the distance, bright orange. All right, good morning. My plan was to get up at like 6:15. I think that's when I set my alarm to. It is 5:43 and I've thrown a couple things in the dryer that I'm gonna wear to the gym and already made my breakfast, so I'm gonna show you what I'm eating this morning. I actually had my phone charging upstairs. I was like, I gotta go grab it. This breakfast is too good. So, got some rice, eggs, there's cottage cheese in here and green onions and some avocado. I'm probably gonna top the eggs with some ketchup. Eat a couple pears so I can keep the flow. And it's a pretty big breakfast, but I'm not gonna be eating again until 12 hours from now. So gotta make it count. See you on the flip side. All right. We needed to digest that food, all that food. It was a crazy amount of food. So I went upstairs and did like part of my Bible study for today. Check out that sunrise, y'all. And now I'm on my way. I'm gonna hide my phone a little bit. I'm gonna go to the gym. So it's 7:30. It's a little bit later than what I normally do. So I'm gonna be working out the kinks of this morning routine because I do have to get up early and eat some food. But I can't really go to the gym immediately afterwards because I'm still not trying to make it too much under my calorie goal for the day. So that means I have to have a really big breakfast and a really big dinner. And so, which is fine. Like, I was able to eat all the food. The last few bites were, let's not talk about them. But yeah, I'm thinking that I'll just have to wake up really early, eat my breakfast, do my Bible study. If I doze off for a little bit, which I did this morning, for sure. I definitely dozed off a little bit. Well, I did my prayer and it just kind of turned into a, but I think I'll just have to do that and then get back up and then get my day rolling, which isn't terrible. I do think that like the earlier I get my Bible study in, the better, because I will be coming home from the gym and then doing the other half of my Bible study and then plotting out my day. I have voice lessons today, which means I'm driving like 3 hours, which is crazy. My voice lessons are an hour and a half each way, and they're only for an hour long. So I might end up leaving a little bit earlier, but I kind of have to plan that in with my fasting, because if I get a coffee, then I probably shouldn't have drank my electrolytes. I don't know. I've never counted my electrolytes against my fasting, to be honest with you, but I'll have to figure it out. It's more about my connection with God than anything, Like, yeah, it's important, and also it's about my connection with God, so I'm going to have to just figure that out. But I did drink it's like electrolytes and pre-workout, so I did already drink some of it, but it helps me in my gym, so I don't know. We will figure it out one step at a time, one day at a time. It's more about discipline and growing my faith towards the Lord, more than being like perfect against, like, I do want to be like standard on my routine, but I got to figure out what that is and then just stay in those parameters, if that makes sense. No Netflix, no YouTube, didn't do any of that yesterday. So that's fantastic. It felt so weird because after dinner, like, that was the immediate thing that I would normally do, is like pick up my phone and go on YouTube or Instagram or Netflix, like something, and I had to find something else to do. So I ended up writing a list for myself of like leisure things to do, productive things to do, kind of like passion productive I put it as. So, like things that kind of go towards my passion, but are also productive. So, practicing my guitar and learning how to play piano and putting my poetry in a book, you know, like while these things don't probably seem productive to most people, it is productive because it's going towards my passion, which is what I want to do with the rest of my life. But then there's a difference between that and like productive chores, which are like getting laundry done and cleaning and all that kind of stuff, meal prepping. So yeah, I made a list out for myself so I could keep referring back to it for when I get stuck in the next 21 days and I'm like, what do I do next? Well, I got a whole list for myself. So, yeah, I'm just gonna get a lot better at planning, and it's gonna, I think, like over the next 21 days, I'm hoping to see like my whole life really just change and take shape. I don't have like a big community right now around me. I don't have a lot of friends or like a lot of things that I do with my life outside of being at home and going to church and going to the gym. So, but like the thing is I wasn't really in the place of alignment of like good habits to where I'm attracting the right people around me, if that makes sense. Like you don't want to, it's really hard to make friends, and you want friends who are going to be there for any part of your life, but it's really hard to make friends and like show up in this state of like, I am nowhere near where I want to be, you know, because I think that the more that I become in alignment with that, you know, like one of the passion productive things on my list is to look for more meetup groups and look for more open mics and like look for all these things, which is great because that's like where my passion lies, you know. But also like creating an online community. It's funny because when you're this is becoming such a long rant, but when you're creating an online community, it's funny because at first it seems like such a loner activity, but really the end goal is to create this community that is based around what I love to do, right? So like I'm putting myself out in the world to then attract souls and people and energies that align with mine. And through content creation, like wouldn't it be crazy if like in a year or in 2 years or in 3 years or whatever, I was going to like YouTube creator conventions or like Instagram content conventions, or I had a whole team or a whole band behind me or whatever. Like when we follow our passions, that's when we find our community that aligns with our passions. Like I'd love to find a band. I'd love to find people to help me produce my music and produce the best music that we possibly can. I'd love to find other creators and other people who are going after fitness goals and like all these things. And if you're looking for a life partner, if you're looking for a relationship, like same thing, you want to be in that space of alignment. So when that person walks into your life, you're like, wow, we're both working on our fitness goals. Wow, we're both working on our music goals, or we're both working on this, or both working on that, whatever it is. Like something's got to be in alignment. You can't just have a partner that's like way ahead of you or way behind you and expect to be like fulfilled and feel connected. You might feel connected over certain things, but at the end of the day, you want to be like working towards something. Even if like I'm becoming a musician and they're becoming a doctor, whatever it is, like we're working towards what we're working towards, and we're in it. We're not just like saying we're gonna be in it eventually or one day. So this ended up being like an 8-minute rant. So hopefully y'all stuck around. I am almost to the gym, so that's pretty cool. My gym's really close to me. But I will probably pop in with you later, tell you how everything's going, my progress, my downfall, whatever it is. And it's been fun to vlog. So hope you're enjoying this, and I'll see you when I'm out of the workout. Back from the gym. It is crazy how underdeveloped my chest muscles are, because I can barely do the chest exercises. Like I have so much strength to build in my shoulder and my back and my arms that like my chest can't even be engaged yet. But that is why we are on this program. If you're curious, it's the Morsia app, and it's like a 60 or 80 something day challenge. I don't know. It's like a 6-week challenge, 8-week challenge, something like that. I don't know. But to get shredded, and my goal is to get stronger and hopefully get more shredded. You can't even tell under this hoodie, but yeah, I'm gonna make a little to-do list for my day, and then my friend's probably gonna call me, so I'm probably gonna do my laundry while I'm on that call, and then my Bible study, gotta do some adulting things, and then probably warm up, and then get on the road for my voice lesson. So we got a whole packed day. I'm excited for it. Might bring you along, might not really, but we'll see how it goes. I guess I'll check in later. I gotta make my bed right now. All right, so I never got to finish the vlog yesterday, but ended up having an amazing day. I chatted with my friend on the phone for like ever. Got everything pretty much that I needed to get done except for the adulting thing, but I did call them. They just didn't answer. So next time, I guess. I hope this lighting's not like too bright or too crazy. Maybe I should like do that or something. So anyways, I ended up going to my voice lesson, and then after I left, I'm gonna look at the camera and not look at the thing, but I was just trying to figure out the lighting. I went to my voice lesson, which was amazing actually. We got to tap into some like essential things that I've been trying to pinpoint, and we figured out where I was stuck. We figured out how to get me to where I want to go, and it's gonna take some practice, as everything does, but even to just unlock that thing, you know, it feels really good. So anyways, after I left my voice lesson, I got a notification on my phone that there was a open mic downtown. So not really downtown, but in the city. And so my arm's getting tired. So I ended up, instead of going home, I went to that open mic. I got some dinner after the sun went down, and then I went to my open mic. It ended up being the same crowd that's at an open mic that I went to months ago. So that was really cool. My performance was like, okay. I feel like it would have been better, but the guitar that I was using never sounded quite in tune. Like there was just something up with it. So the guy who let me borrow it because I didn't have my guitar with me, he definitely didn't sound in tune, and then he sounded a little bit more in tune. I tried to tune it again, and it still didn't super sound in tune. So I feel like the videos are unusable for that reason, which is unfortunate. Maybe I'll like insert a clip here. They say I'm a lizard, I'm a wizard, but I was once a little girl who only dreamed of sharing her songs with the world. So I went to that open mic and had a great day. It just felt like such great energy. I really forget how much, this is like crazy lighting. I really forget how much performing energizes me, and like it just feels good on my soul, you know what I mean? So that was great. And then I got home super late, did not fall asleep until like midnight, and I had to be up early, not only to eat my breakfast before the sun came up, but also I had another shift at this new job that I got. So I had to go to training, and I was like not mentally there for like the first 2 hours. I felt so bad because I was working. My boss is training me, so it's not like it's a trainer. My boss is training me, and I just felt like I wasn't on my A game, but we locked in. We got it done. I ended up staying 2 hours later because we were really busy, so that was good. And then I went to a forest preserve afterwards, and I started taking pictures of mushrooms, and I accidentally pressed the video like button at one point. And then it hit me. What if, my alarm just went off. What if I made poetry videos using my mushroom content? I love taking photos and videos of mushrooms and all that. And I've never like really thought of a way to integrate that into my other interests and my other life. And it just hit me. So I started like filming my entire adventure, and hopefully I'll be able to make a cool poetry video about it. If not, I do have this stabilizer, and it hit me when I was leaving the forest preserve that I could use this stabilizer and make some really cool mushroom videos. I got this from Goodwill like a minute ago and have not used it like at all. But it's cool. It turns on and then it stabilizes your camera, but it like you can do all these weird things and it keeps it very smooth. So I'll try and show you right now. I think it's got like Bluetooth. But at a certain point, it should power up. So yeah, if you like, I don't know. I gotta figure out how to use it, to be honest with you, but maybe I've got to Bluetooth it to my phone or something. But yeah, it like powers up and then it like starts like locking into place, and then you can put your phone in it and then you can take cool videos. So that would be really cool if I could figure out how to use this and how to use this to make some content. But my fasting days seem to be pretty exciting so far. I will say that much. I feel like my energy's good, my mental health and clarity is pretty good. I'm also eating clean foods when I am eating, so that also makes a difference, I feel like. I don't have, like, I just took out that stabilizer and I saw the Ferrero Rochers that I have in there. I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds so good. And then I was like, no, I'm fasting right now. So I'm not going to eat those. And it just kind of cuts out the ability to eat sugar unnecessarily, when obviously I don't need it, right? I've got a great amount of energy right now. And I have still been drinking coffee on this fast, so I will say that much. But that's going to be a hard one to quit. Maybe next fast. But no Netflix, no YouTube. I feel like that's been great for my focus and just figuring out what to do with my day. Yesterday, I made a whole to-do list with what I wanted to do. And I got, I think, all of it done. Wow, and I even applied for a job. So, pretty cool. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling more productive. I'm feeling more clear-headed. I'm feeling like, yeah, things are just vibing. And I did make my bed this morning, which I never do. I think I've done that like twice in the past week, and that's more than I've done in the past like 7 years. At least. So that's pretty crazy, but I'm not like super stressing about it because I've had a great day. So I am going to make my bed right now. Then I'm going to do my Bible study. Then it's like 2:30 right now, so the sun is going down in probably like 2 hours. But it is a beautiful day outside. I'm so glad I got outside. Another quick story that you probably don't care about, but when I was getting out on my walk, I actually did not want to be there. I was, this arm is going to get swole from holding up this camera. I'm gonna set it down actually. So when I got out on this walk, I did not want to be there. I was like, Lord, it is cold. I'm not feeling it. And I was just kind of like hood up, like hands in pockets, had my winter coat on, being like, damn, this is so cold. And then I was walking on the path, and then I saw this path that's off the path, you know what I'm saying? It's like through leaves and trees and all that, and that's usually where I have a lot more fun on my hikes. So I found this like side path, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go do it because I just don't like being on the normal path. So I go out on my little side quest, and then I'm like still grumpy, still like it's too freaking cold to be out here, and it's not even that cold. But being in Florida last week, everything feels so much colder. So God was like, do some jumping jacks, girl. So I started. I did 20 jumping jacks. And I was like, okay, now I feel a lot better. And so I kept going. And then I saw this big tree that had fallen on the ground. And the big tree was like, come, sit with me. Sit here. Hug me. I felt like it was sad, honestly. I felt like it was sad that it had fallen over. I know I sound crazy, but let me sound crazy for a little bit. So I felt like it was sad it had fallen over. So I hugged it. I was like, you're all good. You're all good. You can rest easy now. You can rest easy now. And he was like, all right, go sit on me. He didn't say it like that, I guess. He was like, take a seat right here. And so I did. And he was like, you can walk around. And so I stood up and then I walked around on the street. And then I spot over yonder in the distance, bright orange mushrooms out of freaking nowhere. And I was like, ha ha ha. Universe, you just love to play with me when I listen to you. When I listen to you. So I jumped down from the tree and then I started looking at those orange mushrooms. And then I kept climbing and I did some sketchy stuff. And then I kept going. And then that's when I accidentally turned on my video camera. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what if I make poetry videos using this content? What a freaking concept. So that's when my day just really started to unlock and unfold. And obviously I'm in a lot better mood now. So I just felt like I needed to tell that story. I don't know why. I love nature. And I have such crazy stories like that. Like, it is always hugging a tree that leads me to finding the most insane mushrooms. Is that a coincidence? After 7 times, I don't think we can say it is. I don't think we can say it is at all, you know? I go out there and I'm having whatever kind of mood. It could be bad mood. It could be good mood. I could go out there crying. I could go out there just having the worst day. I hug a tree. I take deep breaths. And I get guided on a magical experience. And you cannot tell me that that is a coincidence. Okay? You just can't. So I'm going to get rolling on my day. The chances that I pop back in on this vlog are like 0 to none. I'm going to be doing some video editing, trying to get that poetry content curated and created and whatever. And yeah, but this has been fun. I am so happy that I'm doing all these things. And yeah, so I got to get my day rolling. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. And I'll see ya when I see ya. Peace and blessings.